Hi, and welcome to the fourth section of this course, VSTS Pipelines. In this section, we will take a look at what pipelines were created on VSTS by Microsoft Azure when we created the DevOps project. In this video, we will take a very quick and brief overview of the version controls that are provided in the VSTS. The most common or the most important properties of the VSTS are that each of the project supports unlimited repositories that you can create. The repositories can utilize the TFVC, which is the Team Foundation version control, or the Git version control. The most important part is that the repositories are private to your account. Unlike other services such as the GitHub, they are not public by default. From the security standpoint, the accounts that are to be used in the VSTS are the Microsoft accounts, which means that the Active Directory can be easily incorporated with these accounts. And since Microsoft also provides the services such as the Open Authentication or OpenID, and also the Microsoft tools and services such as the Azure Active Directory or the Office 365 Graph, you can also consume those services, and these services such as the Azure Active Directory and the Graph by Office 365 allows you to invite the users or managers from those services and have a very organizational or enterprise grade grouping of the permissions for the users and to be able to control who can access which of the resources. And since we're talking about the accessibility, the source code of the projects is quite accessible via various channels, such as you can use the online code editors. You can also integrate the same projects in the Visual Studio. All the latest editions or versions of Visual Studio come with the Team Explorer, which can be connected with VSTS, and then you can explore your version controls or the team projects from over there. You can also use the Git command line tool and do everything from the command line. You can also automate everything using the REST API endpoints that are provided by VSTS, and you can explore the REST API on their own documentation. There are a few limitations of the VSTS. These limitations are not for the Git or TFVC, rather they are the limitation imposed by the VSTS projects and the VSTS accounts. The most prominent of the limitations are that a single repository can extend to 10 gigabytes at max. However, you can utilize the Git large file system and overcome this limitation. Second most important limitation is that a single push from one of the commits can extend to 5 gigabytes at maximum. However, this limitation does not apply if you are importing a repository from, let's say, GitHub or GitLab and other projects. So this limitation does not apply over there. So to wrap up the concept of the version controls in VSTS, we just took a look at that the VSTS supports TFVC as well as the Git. You can easily review the code using TFVC or Git, and that is provided built-in the VSTS editions. However, the recommended approach that Microsoft recommends nowadays is to use the Git version control instead of TFVC, because Git is a distributed version control, whereas TFVC is a centralized way of versioning the source code.